And we're back. Yes, another episode here in the Crimson Ghost Mask Room. But we're not in the mask room, are we? We're by the pinball machines. Some of the machines are lined up on the back row, and yeah, the haunted house is done. My God. This is probably, I don't know, one of my favorite pinball machines ever made is Haunted House. 1982 Gottlieb. It's a System 80 wide body style machine, and these things, when you were a kid, they were always out of order because they were such a pain in the ass to fix, especially for someone like me that doesn't know anything. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I've been learning how to fix these things a little bit, but I am friends with a guy who you've probably seen on the channel by the name of John Pedersen, who is probably one of the most well-known and respected pinball enthusiasts in the Midwest. You know, he's a Illinois guy in the Illinois suburbs. And Illinois is like the land of pinball. Like that, I've learned that in this hobby. That seems to be where all the big pinball collectors and companies and enthusiasts all are. It's like Illinois is where it's all at. But I'm not far. I'm just over the border in Indiana. But I bought a haunted house. I bought a haunted house machine probably 2 years ago, roughly 2.5 years ago, and it was not really working. Needed some help, and the more I would talk to people, they would say, "Man, that thing is hard to fix. Good luck." Believe me, they're all hard to fix if you ask me. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, but anyway, like I said, I'm learning. But obviously, I'm a big horror fanatic, spooky. I collect monster toys, Halloween masks, horror movie posters, anything spooky. I've got lots of it. You know that. So this pinball machine means a lot to me. And in the middle of trying to fix it myself, it's so loud, but hey, that's awesome. The sounds are awesome. In the middle of trying to fix this thing myself, I noticed they made reproduction play fields for this machine. And that means the artwork, the actual wood the artwork is on, there's companies that will make they will make these brand new for these machines. This is a brand new play field in this Matahari right here. But you can see it's just beautiful, brand new artwork. As to where this Gorgar is an original. You can see it's got like fine crazing in the wood, you know, but which is cool. I mean, it has that old school look of an old machine. This one's fully restored. The Medusa is a restored machine with a beautiful play field. My Silver Ball Mania, brand new play field, all restored recently. But man, when I saw that the haunted house play fields, there's 3 of them, were available, I ordered them right away. This is the first, to my knowledge, the first tri-level pinball machine. I'm gonna hit the button so the lights come on. Meaning there's an upstairs to the haunted house. All right. Then there's the main level of the haunted house, and then there's a basement to the haunted house. So you play all 3 levels of this machine. 4 flippers up front. There's 2 flippers in the basement where you play it backwards because it's on a slope in there, and then up here you got 2 flippers on the upstairs part. So let me pull that thing so it's see, it goes up there in the upstairs. I'm only playing with one hand right now, so but I first took this machine to John. I said, John is the only guy, John Pedersen's like the only guy I wanted touching this machine because he is an absolute genius when it comes to wiring these things. Let me go in the other room because it's so loud. Hold on, let's go in the mask room. All right, we're in the mask room. So what I was trying to say is, John Pedersen is like unbelievable when it comes to wiring pinball machines. It's funny because he's not really a repairman. He'll say, I don't really repair the machines, I just restore them. You can bring a machine and say, I think this is the problem or that's the problem. He will actually rewire. He'll gut it. He'll gut the whole coffin. He rewired every single thing on that playfield underneath this thing. New capacitors, flippers, like everything you see on that playfield is brand new. Every wire loom is all new. Yeah, that's insane. So this machine, in a sense now, is like a brand new 1982 haunted house, because John went crazy going through this machine, rewiring it. He said, if we're swapping the playfields, I'm going through everything. I said, do it. I go, I want this machine. This is a keeper. This machine's a keeper. I want it to perform for many years. I want it to outperform me when I'm gone. Like, this thing needs to live on. And yes. So he went through this whole machine, and you know, I'm gonna show you. I went to John's to pick it up. First, if I have some footage of the machine before I took it to John, I'll show you what it looked like. Yes, and I'll show you what John and I were talking about at his house. In the middle of me picking it up, I'm buying another pinball machine from John now. What? Get out of here! Yeah, he restored another one there. And it was so beautiful. I go, I gotta take it. So I'm gonna pick that up in a couple weeks when he's back home. This is a very addictive hobby. You think this is an addictive hobby? Pinball is an addictive hobby. Or maybe I just got mental issues, I don't know. So anyway, back to pinball. Let's take a look at this haunted house, and I'm gonna show you a new mask that arrived to the collection, and it all starts right now. So before we get started, I'll tell you I bought the machine 2 years ago in 2022. Kevin knew a guy that was selling it. I think I paid, gosh, a couple of grand for this thing. I'm going to try to write down the timeline of payments, what it took to get this thing to the point it's at. Because you'll see these machines all over the place when it comes to price. You'll see basket cases for $1,000 or $1,200. You'll see guys on eBay trying to get $12,000 for these. And I used to laugh at people trying to get, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 for these things. But once you really put a machine through a proper restoration, I mean, the price adds up. If you do it right, if you actually know somebody that can do it right, you know, it's not cheap. You're bulletproofing that machine, making it, you know, like a brand new 1982 machine again, but even better in most ways. So, and that's something I just can't do by myself. So luckily I've got really good friends in the pinball hobby, and John Pedersen was definitely the guy to go ahead and do the entire internal restoration on this machine. And he gutted it and rewired everything. And here you can see the brand new playfields arrived. These were absolutely a must when I wanted to redo this machine. I said, I've got to get those beautiful playfields. The artwork, you're basically putting brand new artwork in the machine. You know, the playfields are made of like plywood, or they're heavy wood. They're a type of plywood, I believe, but the artwork is on them, and you're replacing the whole thing, which means every single piece and electrical component underneath has to all come off and go on the new playfield. So John said, we may as well rewire that whole thing. We're going to redo this whole machine for you. I said, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So on this restoration, I put all new rectifiers in, and they were in really bad shape. They were it was bad.
Yeah.
The fuse holders were all loose.
Yep.
So I redid that. I put a main, redid the capacitors. And then over here, I cleaned all these. These plugs are okay, but I cleaned them cleaned them inside and out, both
great.
inside and out. And then I changed all these connectors that were starting to rot away.
Those are the ones I ordered, right?
Yep. From the guy, it was a miracle he had them.
Ohio,
So
I think.
So I changed all of them, every one of them. The only one I didn't do was this one, and then all on the back. But those were okay.
So this is all new wires?
This is
Everything.
all new. I redid all this. New fuse.
Oh my God.
New coils. Flipper mechanism.
Like all of this stuff?
Yep, all the sockets are new.
Unbelievable.
I re-sleeved these, rebuilt every last one of them.
Oh my gosh.
What else did I do? I put some new metal here, so you get
okay, cool.
a new spring.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
And then I can't show you the back because that's upstairs.
Right.
New drop targets. And then the upper and lower play fields, new capacitors, those were bad, so I put new capacitors. I ordered those special to put on the pop bumpers and kickers. And then this, where's the secret passage?
Oh, like where the drops to the
I
basement?
think it's on this side. So I had to rebuild. Steve Young had most of it, and then I had to use some parts that I had to make this improvise and make this thing work. So it actually here's the thing when it then it opens the trap.
Trap door.
But the hard part was getting this flush, getting this right here flush, so that the ball can roll. Yeah.
No kidding.
So that was on that.
We got all new play fields on this machine.
All the new pop bumper parts. When we go upstairs, you can continue the video. I'll show all the parts.
For sure.
So new pop bumper bodies, rings, everything is new. The only thing that's original is the bracket.
Wow.
New.
That's crazy.
I actually was able to find these little tower
Brand
things.
new?
Yeah, those are new.
Wow.
These used to be white, but I don't think it looked right, so I found these. So
Yeah, they
clear.
look better, clear. I agree.
Yeah, on that. So new gates. I found these, so I put new gates are on.
I had all new rubber kit. I think I gave you with the.
Yeah, there was some. I gave you back what I had.
Okay.
But yeah, I tried to make it look as original as possible.
Man.
So yeah,
I've got the clear. I've got that at home.
You have that at home, and I got the parts.
John, it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is the record so far. My 8-ball deluxe was the old record. This is the new record.
On how long it took?
Yeah, 8-ball deluxe.
Look at all these machines, guys.
That was just terrible. Sorry for the mess.
No.
I'm leaving town, so I always get everything off the floor just in case water comes in.
I've done a video down here already where it was all lit up at night. Everyone was playing all these games, and this is one of my favorite places to be. Is my friend John's pinball collection. He has way more than this. He's got about 97 machines, and the Pinball Expo is coming up. The 2024 Expo in Rosemont, Illinois. They want to bring John's entire collection there. They're taking all of these machines out of his house, out of his hangar, and they're all going to be at the Pinball Expo, the Chicago Rosemont Expo. So, if you guys love vintage pinball, John is probably one of the most well-known people in the hobby. He's been in this since he's been a teenager. And who else to better work on my haunted house, Gottlieb, than my buddy John? He got it 99.9% of the way fixed. It wasn't working at all when I got it. But, look at Gorgar. But there's one little thing we still have to go over. And, what's it not? It's not, look at the Black Knight. I know you had a Black Knight.
That's brand new. I just finished that not long ago. That's a playfield swap.
Oh my God. Is this a customer's?
No, that's mine.
Oh, really? Oh boy. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, it's probably the nicest Black Knight you'll ever see.
Look at that playfield. They make that now? Like you can buy the
Yeah,
playfield?
this was a CPR. This is actually the first round when they were gold, silver.
I will slay you, my enemy.
I only had maybe, it's probably just probably 10 days on it.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Are you interested in it?
I'd be interested in this
right.
for sure, especially if you did all that work and add the extra lights.
Well, yeah,
man, I like machines when they're like my Medusa's this nice.
So,
that is a nice back glass.
oh yeah. So, the power supply, this is the power supply. So yeah, I put a new power supply in. I reflowed. I put all these new connectors in. You can't get this system. What is this, System 3 Williams? You cannot get. They might one day make it, but this board there's no replacement. So
really?
I bulletproofed it. Put new plugs in, new headers.
Wow.
Capacitor, reflowed. The whole soundboard, new capacitors. New big blue, new rectifier board, just like I did in yours. So yeah, this puppy is good to go.
That's amazing.
It was a lot of they're all a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look at how nice that is.
I think this was my friend Don Murphy's.
Wow.
And I got it a new old stock, so you probably won't
I got a
find it
brand new one for the haunted house ready to go.
Good.
So I'm so excited.
Yeah,
that machine, even the artwork is nice on the sides. I was probably gonna touch up the top box a little bit, like maybe the black.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not bad. It's down there.
No, I cleaned it up. I took some purple cleaner and did a once over on it, and it came out pretty good.
Yeah.
The cabinet, it's not bad.
Man, this is I can't believe I'm so close. It won't. What is the last?
It fires up. All the MPU fires up, but it just the ball won't pop up. I mean, it's close, but
It won't engage the ball then. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I checked every playfield switch, every last thing. It might even be some programming,
Right.
I can't. I don't know how to set I can fix them, but I don't know how to set them.
But that's where Brad comes in though.
Yeah, oh yeah, those guys are.
He's
great.
the Gottlieb guy.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come to my house once this is back home.
Yeah, let him
dial it in.
Let him put it all back together.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, and I even put a more powerful coil in here because I've been told that sometimes it doesn't have the strength to pop it out. So I put I put a souped up coil.
Did
in
you really?
to make sure it pops out.
It's a hot rod machine, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, cool. Is it all? Is it LEDs?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is LED.
Okay,
I
cool.
used warm white. I think there used to be the cool white, which doesn't look normal. It doesn't look
it's too,
original.
Yeah, too bright.
So everything is warm white.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So I put all those in.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe what you can do. I couldn't do this in a million years.
Yeah, it was hard. And all new hardware. Wow. Nothing as far as hardware. New T-nuts. All these, I went, from straight blade to Phillips, and I used number 8 by 5/8, so these will never break through the wood.
But popping out into the machine.
No, it'll never happen. Not in our lifetime.
Right.
So it's like when I restore a game, like any game I'm into, I restore it for the next generation, not just to get it going, but it's actually when I'm in the ground, this thing will continue.
That's
going.
why I brought it to you, because I had other guys tell me things like they can do this or that, but I said, I want my friend John.
I'm a mechanic. I'm not an artist, so I can do the mechanics, and I have knowledge on boards, but Gottlieb, I just don't have it.
It's a different animal, right?
It is.
Well, let's get this thing upstairs and we'll look at the other parts up there too. Okay.
Yeah. So then there's one of the other play fields.
This is the basement play field now. Drops down to the basement.
New drop targets. I put this new plastic piece here, so that looks nice.
Wow.
Rebuilt. New drop targets rebuilt. New sleeve. I had to put these new thingies in here. It's kind of a remote transistors for switching because I didn't have enough in the MPU solenoid driver board. What else? And then here's that extra souped up coil I put in. Has a new fuse also.
Wow.
And new sockets.
You see the old play fields right here. These are the old.
Yeah.
They remanufacture brand new artwork play fields for these machines, and they're beautiful.
Yeah. Also, I used I took the old hardware and I used threaded studs so I could put these stainless caps on instead of those plastic.
Oh yeah.
So I love your whole game has these
nice,
and I love you. I put them on all my games. I love
that's
those.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a big improvement.
There's the old artwork, for the basement. There's the new one. Oh my gosh. And this, did you have to do much inside the head?
All right, let's take a look.
I had a new board I installed, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's see.
So I was just curious if you had to.
Oh, yeah, I had to redo this hinge here. It wouldn't open, so I had to chop it out. Reflowed, clean plugs, and then this MPU, all these connectors I changed that go in here.
Really?
And and I see all these plugs here I did that come up to the displays.
Yep.
So that's all new also. But I don't understand this board. I don't know if it's an all-in-one. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But
did you have to mess with all this stuff, or
no? This was fine.
That's all original then.
Yep, that's original. And all the bulbs were fine when I fired it up.
I figured the problem was in the coffin,
Oh yeah.
Or problems, I should say.
Oh yeah. I didn't even. There was a ton of hacks that I took out and completely redid it.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
Who knows who
stuff.
messed with it over the years?
And then, so here is your schematics. This is for the back glass.
Oh yeah, that goes on the basement.
These little foamy thingies are for that glass that goes on the top of the playfield, that triangular thing.
Oh, those are like little grommets?
They're little bushing grommets, and then these are the new screws that you're gonna.
Oh, they said all that.
So you put those, and then you screw these in to adjust the level. And that's why it gives you a little playroom with the foam.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what this key is from. I don't know.
I think it was the original front key.
Some few mods, but not necessary. You had a few extra.
Oh, yeah, I put some LEDs in there.
And then there is all your parts.
all the stuff that came out of that machine.
Can you believe it?
Wow. That's how you know a lot of work was done to this machine. Look at that. The old box of parts that comes back. Wow.
And all the hardware.
Look at all the screws.
Yeah, put all new hardware. You had these, they're just...
Man.
And then here I saved all the connectors.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I can't thank you enough. You've done other work for me, but man, this is my favorite machine, I think, of all time. I mean, when I was a kid, they were always out of order.
Yeah, they're hard to keep going.
You'd run a 7-Eleven like, haunted house, and out of order. You can never play the damn thing.
Yeah.
So this one is going to be played and played and played.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to load this thing up and get it home.
And then there's like another play field inside. I made sure all the switches were adjusted.
There's 3 play fields. It's the first game with 3 levels, I believe. The very first. So that's what a crazy thing. Wow.
Did this play field for me, and this had all kinds of the lines.
Yep. The crazing, like he redid the art.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like a new freehand.
I didn't know they could do that.
He's a magician.
Wow.
And now that looks like a new old stock playfield for bow and arrow.
Holy smokes! They don't make them, right?
Nope. Otherwise, I would have bought one.
Oh my god!
So I had no choice, and I liked the game. Plus, all the cupped inserts.
What's his name? Matt
Schmidt.
Matt Schmidt did that. Wow.
All the cupped inserts no longer cupped.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
All flush.
And then this is a new old stock playfield I had them do. This was a new old stock when it had cupped inserts.
Look at that.
Oh well, now it lasts for generations.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
So that's another project I got. I got tons of projects to do. But this is a fun game.
I wouldn't even know how to begin doing that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So, I mean, if there's ever a time where you might want do something like this, all he requires is that you take all the hardware off the top.
And then give him the board.
And then he'll do the board with the guts on the bottom. I just took everything off because I'm going to do what I did.
Full on restoration.
Yeah, so I just said make it easier for him to handle.
Where is he out of?
He's in DeKalb.
DeKalb, Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois seems to be the land of pinball.
Oh yeah.
It's like all the big pinball guys are in Illinois. I've learned that in this hobby. I love this machine. This is cool.
I know. That he clear coated too. This was a new old stock playfield.
Wow.
And I had him clear coated. Fun.
I had fun here that night playing all these old machines.
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Still got your Elvira over there?
It's at the hangar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta call Brad and set things up with him.
Yeah,
so,
I talked to him today if he wanted to come over here and meet you, but he was at work doing either.
I'm gonna make a list of little things on the other machines that I need to tighten up.
And then let him know, because if you need flipper rebuild kits or whatever you want to do, then
Man,
yeah.
You let me know on this if you decide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting to a point, Rudy, that I have a lot of games, and sometimes being responsible is I'm getting older, and if something happens to me, what are they going to do?
Right, it's a lot.
So
Believe me,
I
know.
want to get to maybe 70. It would be a good number for me.
Down to 70 machines, a more manageable collection.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa Welch will probably laugh at that.
Right?
Your original a plastic set.
Yep, that's what I thought. Those are the originals on there.
So if they ever make one, another plastic set sometime in the future. So just remember, when you remove this, you'll have to take those out.
Okay. Talk about a tight fit, but it works. The 1982 Gottlieb Haunted House is 99% there, I would say. Man, thank you again, John.
All right. Let's do it. Let's just make a quick walk here and make sure I didn't forget.
Yep, sounds good.
Finally got to it and did the project. This is a new old stock playfield, clear coated. New old stock playfield, clear coated. Jeez. New old stock playfield, clear coated. Wow. This is Cleopatra.
Oh yeah, that's I love that glass art.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of flaking here. I gotta find one somewhere along.
What year is this?
77, I think. 77. Because they made this in electronic version.
Okay, kind of like the Mata Hari.
Yeah. So that which makes, like Sinbad, they made electronic. The electromechanical is super rare.
Is it?
Yeah. This is rare, but Sinbad, I've only seen 2 of them in my lifetime.
That's what you're saying. Not many at all. Wow. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Do you have some room for a couple of machines?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some up in the living room, and they're not...
It's progressive disease.
Yeah.
Doesn't end anytime soon.
Everyone seems to love them, so... Why not? Hoo boy. Kevin and I are getting this sucker up on its legs, the coffin, as we call it, for the old haunted house. Oh, sorry. My finger. The basement playfield is in position. This is a 3-level game, like I said earlier. So I think it's the very first tri-level game ever made, according to my knowledge, which isn't much. But yeah, there's an upstairs main playfield and the basement level. You play backwards. But John, my good friend John, said it's 99% there. It could be a dip switch that engages the ball. It's just not throwing the ball out to begin the game. Everything else, as you guys know, has been completely rewired by John. Look at that. That is just nuts. That's like brand new. It's a brand new 1982 Gottlieb Haunted House, basically. The only thing he didn't do was rewire everything in the head. There's no reason to. But dude, I mean, you know that's crazy.
A lot of work.
John says, he goes, oh, when I get a machine, if I buy a machine out there in the wild, I don't try to troubleshoot it. I just cut the cord off and restore the entire thing. I'm like, okay. All right, now we're ready to put the main playfield in and start plugging stuff in.
Yeah.
I bet it goes right where those little capacitors are. Right there.
This, you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it looks like it's the
Lamp
right
coil A3. Let's see.
Don't quote me on that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's got to. Yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
Because your sound is on this. I'm pretty sure it is. Because this board's a little different than mine. But
The red one?
yeah, because mine's like
John said he wasn't familiar with it at all.
it's like got a blue.
I thought I bought one.
Some of these,
I installed that one myself originally,
right?
but it didn't. You know, the machine was fucked up.
That's gonna have to go like that. Let's see about the well. That might be. So there's pins on that back side, so.
All right, here we go. We want it to cycle, boot up properly.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we didn't get that earlier.
Nope.
Yes.
So it's more than likely.
Haha.
It's more than likely a setting in the menu on this, because
To engage the ball, you mean, or?
yeah, because they're always set for different things. Like this board it can work for like a black hole, haunted house,
Different games.
a few other different Gottliebs from System 80 era.
Look how now everything's lighting up. Nice.
Yeah, it looks great.
Fuck.
Really good job.
The clear floor is right over here. There's a clear panel that screws down. I'm just gonna buff out the original, put it in place for now. Kevin is another pinball wizard friend of mine. Noticed that that board can be used on different Gottlieb machines, like Black Hole, for instance. He noticed in the settings it was on Black Hole, so it wouldn't engage the ball. Now he went through the settings, put it for Haunted House, and it is absolutely engaging that damn ball. So that is amazing. Woo! Background sound. He's enabling the sounds now because we want that amazing Haunted House organ playing. This is one of the coolest pinball machines ever made. And we're gonna get it running tonight. All right. The back glass is on. The lights are all beautiful. The play fields are gorgeous. See the acrylic spider web light up? That's a sheet of acrylic that goes over the top of the playfield under there. I just left this piece in my other car, so I have to get that from my parents later, but I'm gonna play it right now. It is done. Oh my God. John Pedersen did one hell of a job. All the playfields are new reproductions. That means the artwork, the actual wooden boards that the artwork is on, all brand new for this 1982 Haunted House by Gottlieb. It is like a brand new 82 machine now. And when you see what he did underneath this thing, it is absolutely crazy. So I'm excited. It's back in the basement now. It's in line with Gorgar, Matahari, Medusa, and Silverball Mania. Classics, yes. And in the middle of me picking that up at John's house, I went and bought another machine from him that he totally restored. So that's going to be coming back in about 2 weeks. But yeah, this place is getting a little out of hand. There's more machines than this I got to put down here in the rest of the basement, but this thing is amazing. I'm playing it one-handed right now because I'm showing you guys, you know, what it looks like. First tri-level pinball machine. Upstairs, main playfield, the cellar, the basement. Amazing. Haunted House. Finally done. Pretty cool, huh? John is one talented pinball wizard. We can give him the title Pinball Wizard, yes. So, yeah, I scored a mask. I know there hasn't been many mask videos since before I left for Monaco. But tonight I'm going to show you a new one that showed up. Remember the awesome, what I call a trio. They weren't really sold as a trio through Distortions. They started around 83 or 84, I think, these bloody guys, and then were sold up through like 87 or 88 throughout the Distortions catalogs over the years. I call them a trio because they sure look like they fit perfectly together in a row, don't they? Starting on the left, you've got Blasted. In the middle, you've got Hack. And then, of course, on the right, Grizzle. And I have massacred Blasted's name several times in past videos. I think twice in a row even. After I said I was going to correct myself. But anyway, I'm going to get down on the floor here. Because some of you may remember I was saying that I love that trio so much. I wanted to put together a set of factory paint examples. So I wanted to search out those 3 masks with the original paint jobs from Distortions that were not customized by a young teenage Jordu shell like those were back around 85 or so. Yeah, Jordu took those home from the Frankenstein, put more blood. He goes, Frank, these need more blood. They're not good enough. They're not bloody enough. Took them home, put the extra blood on those, and everyone knows that story by now, especially if you watch the channel. So I think I showed you I did find a hacked recently, a really, really minty hacked hack, I should say. A really, really minty hack surfaced on eBay a while back, and it was like super cheap, like good old days pricing, So I jumped on that. I think the guy had 0 feedbacks or 5 feedbacks, so nobody was touching it. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Protected by PayPal, I think I'll go for it. And what do you know? The guy sent it. Took him forever, but so I wanted to show you not that, but another one. So I just scored a freaking beautiful, I just scored an awesome original Blasted. Look at that. And it is all original Distortions paint. The nice brain color on top. And I mean, this is probably about as nice of a one as I will ever find in the wild, It doesn't have its tag, but damn is it nice. One thing I never told everybody on the channel is I have all 3 tags for those guys. They were brand new masks when Frank got them. The tags were sitting in a drawer not far from the masks. So I've got the original tags. I may pop them back on the masks because it'll make them look even cooler, of course. But anyway, check this out. So it was getting hard to find the other masks, I thought it'd be easier than it was, but so I got 2 out of the 3 I'm searching for, and they're super nice examples. I think, of course, in time, I'm sure I will locate a Grizzle, but besides that, I did score this dude, which I was looking for to fit in with the other 3, because he certainly goes with these dudes. And you may recognize him. That's Mangled. You Distortions guys will know the names of all these, I'm sure. But sometimes I forget them. I just am here for the gore, okay? I've said it time and time again. Nobody did gory masks like Distortions Unlimited, And I mean, that goes... These masks are your proof of that. They are just badass. I mean, look at that. That's insane. Can you imagine a 12-year-old saying, Mommy, I want to wear that. Mommy, I want to wear this on Halloween. She'd be like, what? She'd be horrified, And then she'd probably buy it for him because, the 80s were awesome. It was a different time. And my God, if, like I say this time and time again, if a portal opened up, I would grab my kid and jump right through it. And we would never come back. And we would live the rest of our lives through the 80s. I would do it in a second. I would want to start around 1976, though, and then live the rest of my life on. I mean, I would I would give probably everything I own to do that. Like, here, take it all. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, so anyway, this place looking a little more back to normal. You know, it's cleaned up for sure. You got a few holes in here. I sold a few pieces recently. I'm getting ready to go back to the old Frankenstein. So I'm sure that little adventure is gonna. I'm sure going out there, I'm gonna come back with some masks. There's still masks sitting there that I haven't brought. I haven't packed them up to bring them home. I couldn't. I didn't have room for them, so they're boxed up, ready for me to bring home. I gotta go grab them. So I gotta get my ass out there, back to the Frankenstein, probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. But everything's looking cool in here because I did rearrange the whole place, you know. And I'm going to be selling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Topstone masks. Those of you that follow the channel and my Instagram know those of you that follow my Instagram know I was probably selling some Topstone masks recently. I might as well advertise them right now, okay? So we got this great Frankenstein. I'm going to tell you the prices and everything. So if you want to buy these, you're going to have to either find me on Facebook or Instagram, send me a message, or comment on my Instagram picture, no matter what picture it is, and go, hey, I want to buy the Topstone. I'm messaging you, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of messages get filtered out if I'm not following you or, you know, and whatnot. So try to get a hold of me. But this Frankenstein, beautifully foam filled by Mask Kahuna on a nice pedestal. Brand new. This was a brand new example. It's gorgeous. I think it's an 80s Frankenstein. We will say, I don't know. I mean, the foam, 150 shipped. Friends and family PayPal. It's got to be friends and family, okay? Because PayPal is, I didn't want to get into it right now, but they drive me nuts with their new tactics. Creep beat, the old creep beat. This is a beautiful, beautiful example of creep beat. 140 shipped, professionally foam filled and mounted. You know, somebody will charge you just $100 to foam fill one of these masks. So I'm telling you, that is the price for the, you know, that's the foam filled price. $140, 150 shipped. The old pirate here, I'm going to say this is a really nice mask. This was brand new too, so mint. This would be a probably late 70s, early 80s pirate. You don't see him pop up. I'm going to say 150 shipped. The weirdo werewolf, it's just a strange werewolf Topstone. This was a brand new mask, new old stock. They're not like new. They're new old stock. 130 on him. And then the vampire. This guy, he's got a little bit of dryness, you know, that weird discoloring that they can get. But he's fine. He's not deteriorating. I mean, it's just like these little discolored areas. I'm going to say that ear's a little darker. You could easily mix up that light color and airbrush that sucker. But it really has a lot. You know, it looks vintage as hell. We'll do 120 shipped on him. Okay. So whatever I said on that, 150, 140, whatever. I don't remember. 120. See, my memory is horrible. So anyway, fun to talk about masks again with you guys. I'm sorry I have been so busy. I know I say that all the time, but my God, I've been losing my mind. Going to pick up pinball machines, going to drop off pinball, going to work, you know, doing mask stuff, cleaning my house because my house is upside down with shit. I'm trying to clear out things out of my life. I have too many things. This house is too full of junk. And there's a really good reason I'm getting rid of a lot of it. So anyway. Oh, there is another score. Wait. There's one more. Hold on. And it is Distortions Unlimited, folks. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I don't know if I talked about this on the last video, but But I don't know if I talked about this in the last video, but I scored another Resurrection. God, when was that? I don't even remember what year it was, but pretty nice example. I should never have sold mine when I got it brand new, because I bought it for $250 when they were, released. I think they were $250 or something. Then they shot up to $600. I go, oh my God, I'll sell it. $600. Now I had to pay $800 to get this one back. Crazy. Let's see if there's a date. This is number 9 out of 24. It's got Ed's autograph. And there's no date, but it's, such an awesome piece. I believe Jordu sculpted. Come on, god damn it. I think Jordu sculpted this. Anyway, this one has a weird little crack right in the middle of his freaking nose. See that? Very disappointed when I noticed that. And my buddy didn't even notice that when he owned it. Which tells me, whoever sold this to my friend, if you recognize this, you have problems in your mask room. You have serious problems. Your masks are drying out, my friend, whoever you are. This is not old. This mask was made in the past 10 years. That should not be happening. Okay? Either this was under a ceiling fan or by a heat register, but that should not be happening. I've never seen any other copies with that shit. So I'm going to easily just glue that just to strengthen that little crease, and then foam fill him just so he's okay. But that tells me wherever this thing was sitting, it probably was not in the best conditions. He looks great, but this mask is way too new for that shit. I mean, look at the rubber here. Look at the rubber here. It's like brand new down here where it's protected under hair. Still soft. Why the hell is that like that? You see what I'm saying, guys? That should not be like that. Whoever sold this to Pete, you better check your shit. Your conditions are dry, in my opinion. So that's one thing. Go around. You guys that have masks and they're on display for 5 years, 10 years, you got a mask room full of masks. Sometimes some people don't get to go look at their stuff up close all the time. They just know they're there. They're up on a shelf. They don't pay attention to them. Go inspect your masks once a year at least. Just really touch them. Take them off the shelf. Inspect them for things like that, because you may not know it. The conditions of that room could be slowly screwing them all up. And then 10, 15 years goes by, you're going to go, whoa, what's going on? So good idea to do a little checkup, once in a while. So anyway, thank you, everybody. We will be back with more mask videos, more scores, and oh my God, I did get something crazy that's upstairs, and I've been wanting to show you guys on a video, and I should probably show it to you right now. It's a poster I kept talking about over and over. My niece just texted me, your mom. What? My mom? All right, let's go look at this poster. Yes, a very rare 3-sheet is now framed, and I'm gonna hang it in the house, so hang tight. All right, do you remember about 4 or 5 videos ago I said there's an amazing rare 3-sheet science fiction poster being framed, and I'm gonna hang it in this house? Well, it's framed, yes, and it's from one of my favorite sci-fi movies. It's technically not a horror film. It's a science fiction film, 1959, 60, I think it's 1959. And it's right here, and it's massive. And it was used by one of my favorite bands for one of my favorite albums. Here it is. Look at this insane 3-sheet for the Angry Red Planet. Look at this. This thing is massive. I knew it would be big when it was done being framed, but this is crazy. My daughter, so just so you guys can get a good idea of how big this thing is. I'm 6'4", all right? I'm 6'4". This thing is pretty damn big. See that? Huge. So I'm in the process of having this whole place painted, repainted. I did not build this house. I never would have picked this yellow that the living room is. It's like Indiana country, you know, yellow. I hate it. We're getting rid of that shit. So anyway, this thing's going on the wall. My daughter's like, there's no way you're hanging that in the house, right? I'm like, that's the funny thing, because yeah, it's going in either the kitchen or the living room, you know, somewhere in here. And she is not happy whatsoever. You Misfits fans know, yes, that was on the cover of Walk Among Us. In the background, you see the flying saucers, you see the band standing there, and you see the crazy spider rat creature from the Angry Red Planet off in the distance walking over, you know, from the horizon. And I didn't buy it. I bought it for two reasons. I love the film and I love the Misfits. I love that album, but the poster is just cool. I've got the one sheet as well. I've got the original one sheet for that film, but man, is that neat. God, if that was The Mummy or Frankenstein, it would be probably $300,000, you know, a $300,000 poster. Not that this wasn't, you know, this was nowhere near that. You know, it wasn't cheap, but nowhere near that kind of money. But it's framed under a museum acrylic. And I didn't take it to some fancy frame shop. I go to Michael's craft store. My friends are the framers there. My friend Candace and Paul are my friends. They frame all my stuff there. Like, they've been doing it for years. You know, I got one sheets framed everywhere. But this place is a fucking mess. I'm not showing you the floor because I'm eBaying all this stuff. But anyway, if this was behind glass, it would weigh a freaking crazy amount of weight. If this was framed behind glass, it would be so heavy, it would be insane. So that's the first reason it's behind acrylic. The second reason, museum acrylic protects it from like 98% of UV light. So any sunlight passes by this thing or whatever, it is protected. It's not going to fade. Another good thing about putting it behind acrylic is the cost as well. I mean, I think glass would be crazy as well. This whole thing was about $1,000 to frame. Just the framing, not the poster. The acrylic, it's double framed. It's two frames together. There's a thin frame and a thicker frame. It's like double frame for strength. And it looks really great that way. I think if it was just one of those frames, it would be too skinny. It's like the perfect, you know, proportion for that poster. Anyway, what I was saying is, let's say someone's drunk and they fall into the freaking thing, you know, in your house, it won't shatter and then slice your rare poster. The acrylic ain't gonna do that, glass would. So there's many benefits to doing the museum acrylic. And man, it also it makes the colors just pop a little more, you know? It makes it a little richer looking, in my opinion. They should have a little sample of museum acrylic on the table, and you take your poster there and you can put a piece of glass over it, and then you put that museum acrylic and it just really makes it look even better. It doesn't distort it, you know, as far as the colors. It just makes it bump up a little better and like makes it richer looking. So anyway, cool poster, cool pinball machine, and a couple of cool masks tonight. I'm getting back in the YouTube mode. You know I have been slacking. Here's a great one. Look at this. Check that out. That's an original daybill for Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. This daybill has cool artwork, but the one sheet, the artwork is even cooler for this film. I have the one sheet, but this house there's posters everywhere. It's nuts. I'm trying to get my life a little more organized, and less insane. Okay, I've got too much shit like I was saying. Anyway, back soon with more masks. Thanks for your patience, and I will see you soon.